Camera Sensei, how are you? Space a bit tight. Hello. Go at Janet. What not someone. Hi. Are any false representations out there for you? Without perm, without consent. They talk that they know you. Are there any out there then? Cry! voice the concerns that you have with said. I would not allow it. So what you gonna do then? You're still acting false representation. After all, that's gone in, down. How would you guilt of what you do? You won't. Then you are scum. You have to paint it on the forehead. Scum. You have to highlight it everywhere. What you done. God! Everyone must know who you are. The act that you have committed means you must go far. Dirty to you will cover you, yes. So you and Daddy were part of a team. I'm the pie. A quote for you. Only for you. So what's the plan? You like to represent. Then you are in the give of consent. No, I want to see what you do when you are in warned not to. Did that fail to enter the cells inside? Do you have a brain? Or would you lie? You ain't mad. You in control. Calm. You have to portray the Chiron act. The chair that you are assessing. What's the name of the owner? It's all right. You have an inside one. You'll get away with it. You fit in the community's ideas for the plans that you make. You played ball, yes. So you are scum. All of that you have had. You have not had any guilt. Do you like the name scum? Does it suit you then? God! Yes. With a question mark. Would it suit you? Scum. Not on a photo. In real. A marker pen. Face paint. Will you do it now? Talking full then. I ain't asserting you. You proved that you could make me a fool. So, Mr. False Representative, scum, how are you now? Have all the results found out? You still want to do what you have done? You are addicted now, aren't you? You can't help it. You have to talk where one would not talk then, yes? You are part of a new society, a new community, aren't you? Do you still represent me without the perm, without consent at all? I never gave you any. You were only asked how one was. I wonder why then. The idea to rep. It's the bad boy idea. Rep, 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 rep. It's gonna make you look good. You're the rep one. You're gonna build the body that you got. You're rep it now. In the role of the rep that you are, what else would you try? You were in an area where you went, no, what you gonna do now? Bye. When you have already fallen under one not to represent me at all, then why have you done what you have done in full? When you're taught, you're taught. That means you are to hand you an excuse. You are to excuse the rules. And what? It's the same group. No, it's part of ideas, yes. Where one will not talk. What are the politics? What are the differences? You will make a move. You will now turn yourself into the new idea, the new you, the new me. You will talk like one has talked. It wasn't me to give you the idea. So, false representative, how are you now? I have not given anyone consent. The medias get told, you won't enter the room. Unless you have my hand to tell you. Unless you have my mark on the paper. With the description that one would read, not to have any altar. Do you follow the law? The remark of you won't. What would that tell you now? Won't, worse than don't. Won't you don't? Yes. I already have. In full, in part. The way it works in normal way. So how do you now plan the future that you are with? You have done a false representation for many years. What would you have to talk then? It's addicted. You are in the. It's taken over the veins that you are. God! One day you're gonna get caught. Know what you're gonna do then? It's never foolproof, friend. It's never foolproof at all. You act in the manner of theft. How many days will you cover? Thought. Circles to cover you. You'll find roots, but eventually, then it's over. You'll fall under the pressure of having to cover you until you ain't caught. But then, what you gonna do when the cover will continue? One lie, another lie wait. One lie will lead to another lie. It won't cover what you have done. It will? Well, who are you? What does a position and role tell you what you must fall under? The conversion of role and position. Easy. If you have crime in education, you will have the position of what then's there for you. And the same certificate that the council give you. Thief? It doesn't sound important. What description would you like? Only that very particular file, document, talk. Criminal is not going to sound good. Mental can be overcome. What would you like? What's going to hurt? Will any of the second talks hurt? If you are of second talk, will that hurt? Go on, please tell. What do you think is the worst description that will present on the piece of paper that you are not going to know? Or you ain't going to get the paper. You ain't going to get the document, the file, sir. Why not? If you have represented me without any consent from me, without any permission from me at all, you had one that was going to cover it. Go on. Did you notice one has to do more law consideration than in the past? How many points one would have to cover? It's part of education. Do you really want to learn? So when you still try the representation act without any permission from me, without any consent, or all the routes to try to avoid the particular description that will fall under when you fail in education. Because you are a failure in education when you have become a criminal, when you have turned it to theft and fraud. How many would know you? Where you have acted where one has not, never told you, has never told you. Talk. When the phones go out, it's context that will go on. Handsets. I take them and I become who you are. Yeah. Well, you ain't gonna talk kind, I will talk polite. I will represent one without the know of the individual life. The plans were gonna go ruin, weren't they? You ain't to return back from where you were, friend. You have known me for a very duration. What will you do? You see, I know Wasif from a long duration. It was all part of a scam. You're a scum. What would you now make for what you have done? Did they give the Poor Act? We had a hard life. We couldn't do what that guy used to do. I didn't get my own reputation within the society and community like you can. It was poor for me. The story to tell all. I could not get the results that you could get because that's the way it was. Are there any factors or minuses to put you in the position and place you are now to become me? But I never give you that consent. I never give you that consent at all, friend. How many lives did you enter? How many days were you going to pretend that you were me, sir? And it's not just one of them to copy and act. It's one of them to tell you they have even the files and documents to prove that they have tried to copy the act that you have tried to do. So in the manner of the continued representation that you have done for me, without any permission, consent from you at all, what's the plan for you? What you gonna do? Court. It's a foolproof system. You ain't gonna get caught. How are you gonna get caught? You just need to continue the cover. Another honest answer. Another lie, yes. Yes. Do they all know you now? It's your business. Representation. It's put under a section. Presents it. It sounds unclean enough. And it sounds clean for the purpose of dirty work. Unclean. Representation. You have talked that you have known my for what duration now. You have used my name for what duration without my permission and consent. What would you have to talk then? You were to portray kindness from the character that you present. You were to hide behind because there was a lot of finance for you to make. I could not understand why there was not a reaction from a particular day. a portrayal of kindness, patience, and calm. There was an instruction behind for you to remain like that, wasn't there? Yeah, you can't have turned over a new leaf. It only takes one to tell me they haven't altered at all. And then you think of the past, ain't altered, and now in a life of honesty, supposed, ain't altered. So they have brought the lies that they are weighed into the world of, was it education? Into a world where one must not lie at all, where you must hold an oath. You are honest, my friend, weren't you? You must have the reputation to guarantee that it was honesty from the day you were here. You have that honesty and reputation. Was it eyes on the finances? You're going to make the dough. Well, make it now, my friend. The flour and the water's content, you must learn. Was that true? You ain't kind here. One's gonna walk in and tell you here. They will smile with kindness. They will portray the faults that me is going to portray for the life that one was. They are the best answer, a swap, a replacement, sir. They have the charm. If you had a difference with me, that one's the one to take over. And you like the guy. Representation on paper, on document, on file. It makes you look brilliant. It makes you look good. And without any failures. Back to cook. The representation addiction continues. Any relation, any no, wherever the relation, whatever the no. Representation to gain finances from an unclean man. Documentation, a photo over there. Will that work? Well, it seems the good stand must have to go. Go. The false you, yes. I know what's it from a duration. Yes, you were to find differences. You were to get in politics. You were to root yourself in. You were to become representation. It was the best business idea that you had. It was made in a certain room one day. That was the route to make it in the world, to portray it, to prove that you have now all the articles that one will not get. But you believe that the article's worth it, yes? Even though behind it, it stinks. It's dirt wherever you have dirt info. Because you got it in a dirty room, my mates. That's the way that works. You know where you've got that from? Certain particular quotes, you would want to turn them into verses, right? Ha ha ha! It's level. It's level. Ah! I. Hey. Goyo. Hey. How easy was it to coach you? One day it hit me. The sense one. How are we? Representation without permission. How are you? How are you? How are you? You are to talk straight to the point. When it won't look dirty to you, call it a night. Then you are a failure in the system that you have worked in. You do not follow any principles at all. Symbols. Part of a team that will cover you. They will cover you until hours, minutes, seconds. Well, you took the risk of criminal acts within educational, within the law departments, within that particular world. When you take that risk, what will I tell you? It was until caught, you'll get away with it. What would you have to talk to? Would you understand the important parts of what you have done from a criminal act in the world of education, in the world of law? Do you understand the important of if you were to become a crime life in the world that was RITE? Do you understand the importance of that at all? You won't think that you have any faults within you at all, that you were incorrect from the day you proceeded with such a particular plan and thought. So what would you have to talk then? It's not to do with you, it's to do with you. When the phones go out, it's contacts that will go on the phone. And one will take over and say, it's me to do what you have done. They will want to take it to the level of the work. We can all work. When finances get involved, I'll work until I won't sleep, I won't eat. I will work for life. So when you thought that you have not gone incorrect, what's the answer? What's the result? And what would you talk then? Do you not understand the important when you proceeded with a particular principle? Alf. When you were in a particular direction, would you not understand that you were incorrect from the day you were? The route out in the past was just blame it on, just talk that it's to do with the mum. That will confuse and distract one, and then that's the end of it. Son. Daughter. It was an idea, a plan in the past. Just talk mum at a particular point, they will confuse and distract. Attacked for many durations of particular year, of lots of years. An idea from inside of how to get what you would have wanted, where one would have lived for a certain duration. You were to move up in the world, weren't you? The inside one give you all. No. You just have to portray the kind acts and you'll get all that you want. They have made you because you have fitted in the society, fitted in with all the wants and needs. You are a mate. You are made to You were made. You were made because you played ball where you were. They have molded you into the perfect made one that they would have wanted. You answered all the results, and that's what that one can do then. It was always work. Would you get to the second talk quicker than the one that would mention it there? Whose results were they? Whose work was it? It wasn't me then. It was you, yes. A portrayal of kindness and a take of the chair. My friend, you won't want the current because that's the way that was there. You won't review any because there are inside ones. They'll have to review it later and tell you that that was fun. How much did you make? Recall a quote important to you. If you become a thief, you will get caught one day. You will always want to cover. Your head will spin around 360. Lies after lies, covers after covers. The sense one, the cover one, will now have to look down. How much did you make? If it's in thoughts, get it out. Sins. You needed to do that? The best one. You dared to do that. So the swap was a need and there, yes? The cover inside will get you out. They will try to talk. But they would need to talk to me. They would need to talk to you. They would need to talk to you because you were me, weren't you? They will need to talk to you because you ain't the real representation. You are. What would you have to talk now? Notice the smile of a set particular life at a very particular. Notice the smile of a certain at a certain minute. The smile will hide and cover the acts behind that will guide. And cover they will. They were recorded with whatever one has talked. So you haven't said anything incorrect. And all it was a fall. How would one know? Well, the inside one did not get the route that they would want. And so they had to find one that will play ball and give you the idea to become the thief that you really are. The concern that you would have those, if you are in theft, you will have to continue to cover, continue to lie, and you will put it under bad. You will fall under not very good health. It will stress you out. How are you going to cover you? You can claim that then one stressed you. One's a cause of stress. because you were to cover the act of theft. I have not cared for the health then that you are in. I am not a dog to have cared at all since. Guy. I mean, one would have to understand the stress that you have gone through in the act of theft and, well, does fraud sound important to you yet? Or still, would you continue? Guy. Please tell. And that's the idea of how the community then, society then fails. If you are more likely in criminal, that's the idea to take you down. Because down's the route that you would want to go. The opposite, well, we would all want to go up in the world. But if you talk the opposite, you can hold it behind the surface. Guy. Deal. And you continue to do that despite having the warn, because you are in a position of presentation, power. Power was what you want. Power is always what you need. Yes. Even the act of what you would do to the build, it's power that makes me me. Wow. So we finally have guilt to talk out. You finally have now put down the confession. We would not want to see your window clean in the house. Okay. The route to hide it. Well, you had guidance. Unfortunately, the guidance will now have to understand why they have fallen under corruption. Shame.